Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Parliament of Fowls by Geoffrey Chaucer. This short poem of The Parliament of Fowls actually pertains to the poets, that is Chaucer's feelings about art and love. That is, he tells what he thinks what is art and love. And he also argues that life is short, but the learning of the art of poetry is very difficult and it takes a long time. Love, something that the poet has not personally succeeded at, is his obsession, and he makes poems about love. He has read about it and knows that love is a cruel master, but in his opinion, there is no denying it. Love is and always be his subject because he loves to feel that feeling of being in love. And he also reads for pleasure and for learning. And one day he came upon an old book. He read the book diligently all day long, for he had been told that old books bring new wisdom. The name of the book was The Dream of Scipio by Cicero. The story of the dream is then told by the poet. Scipio, the younger, an ancient Roman general and senator, has met with the king of Numidia, with whom he is great friends. After a long day with the king, Scipio falls asleep and is visited by his grandfather. This grandfather is the great general Scipio Africanus. Africanus takes his grandson up into the stars and tells him his good fortune. He lectures his grandson on virtue and informs him of the rewards of the virtuous in the afterlife. Scipio the younger asks earnestly if there is indeed an afterlife, and Africanus, who is already among the virtuous dead, tells him that the life we lead is just a kind of death. The true life is after death in heaven. That is, his grandfather is dead, but in his dream his grandfather comes and he says, since he is living in heaven along with all the other people who are dead, he says, true life is not in the earth. True life is only after death in heaven. And now Africanus and Scipio observe the heavens and the spheres and they discuss stock philosophy. Africanus abjures Scipio from taking too much delight in earthly things, since earth is so inconsequential compared to heaven. So he advises him not to get into earthly pleasures. And Scipio asks his grandfather how to obtain this heavenly happiness, and Africanus instructs him to believe in the immortality of his soul, adding that people who work for the common good are those who will come quickly to heaven. So what he says is, see, the body is mortal, it will die, but your soul will live forever. There is no death for your soul. And if you want your soul to go to heaven, you have to do service to common people. But people who are evil will continue being whirled around the earth in torment until their wickedness has been expunged. But if you are wicked in this earth, he says, you will get again another rebirth, you'll be given new bodies, and you will have to keep living in this earth which does not give you the real happiness until all the wickedness from you goes and you become good, and then you get the place in heaven. The poet then stopped reading the book and went to bed. He reflects that the nature of his reading material may have affected the dream that came to him later. In the dream, Africanus came to him as well, and Africanus told the poet that it was right of him to read the book which had been transmitted by the extremely partial Macrobius, who had thought the book was perfect. Africanus promised to reward the poet for reading his book. The poet ends with a supplication to Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, to help him write the dream truly, as well as to give him the power to create good rhymes. And here he ends the poem. This is actually written by Chaucer in those days, and if you read the original poem, you will understand his mastery over the language and how through this poem also people were also educated to lead a good life and do service to the common people. If you have anything more to add on to what I have said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.